And I'll have this on a replay as well too. I think we'll be good. Okay, cool. Hey, well, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Mastermind. And if you're on here, that means that you are a rock star. You're a rising star. You've got into the Mastermind groups. And for this, our purpose is to help you to continue to drive to 6 figures in 6 months. Who here would love to be able to do that? Give me a wave or put a 6 in the comments below. And who here knows that to do that, we need systems. We need tools, of course. But what I've realized is that in anyone that has long-lasting success in business and in life, what's more important is who you become in the process. What's more important is the mindset than only just the skill set. And skills, of course, matter, but mindset matters even more as well, too. So on these calls, we're going to give you the best, and we're going to introduce you to people that are dear friends, amazing mentors. And guys, these people are busy. They run their own businesses. They have lives. They have everything. And this is completely just out of the goodness of their heart, because with the Scots, we're cross-lined to each other, which is great. Who here loves that in Partner Co, that we blur the lines and we just have a beautiful culture, right? We build the biggest ship in the world and life is amazing. So what we're going to do, we have 2 parts today. First part, we're going to chat with the Scots for around 30 minutes or so. And then after that, we'll let them go because they got all types of daughters to do amazing things with and business. And then we're going to do some masterminding and some implementation. So what I'd ask of you is take notes today, whether it's in the chats, whether it's on your notepad, because we'll be asking for feedback at the end, because it's not just information that's going to change your life, but it's implementation that's going to change your life. So I hope you got your notepad and pen ready. If you're ready to go, put "I'm ready" in the chat below. And I have the honor of introducing you to our special guest today. Quick bio, quick intro. Gregg and Lenika Scott, when they first partnered with this company, I remember hearing about their name, hearing what they've done. They've done $40 million in 10 years. They've built mega organizations. They've started from the bottom, grown it, and then was able to do it all again. The #1 power ranker in 2023 in all of Partner Co. Chairperson level 3, the first in North America to do it. But besides that, what I truly have loved about the Scots, and if you get to know them as well too, they are so real. They are so fun. They are just like you and I, and they love us and they love you. They truly love you. Whether you're in their team or not, they pray over you. They love you. They help you. They support you. To me and Becky, very special. They prayed over Becky, who here was in the February event in Florida, by the way. I know. And that was the event where we didn't know at the time, but we found out that Becky was actually pregnant. So I know that prayer had something to do with it. But Gregg and Lenika Scott, it's an honor to have you here. How are you too?
Well, y'all doing excellent. And it's an honor to be here with you guys. Thanks for the invite.
Praise God for the miracle baby. Whether the baby was there before, it doesn't matter. We bless God for the work that He is doing in the earth. And you are an example of the fact that He still works miracles
all the time. This year, Gregg and Lenika, and babe, let me know if you want to be up here as well too. So at any time, wifey can do, mommy can do whatever. We prophesied that this year would be the year of miracles. And in the beginning, we're just like, what does that mean? And it's been crazy, right? Who here, by the way, has already experienced miracles in your business, in your life, in your health, and everything, right? Like this has been an amazing year, and we're not done yet. But I wanted to ask you guys some key questions and maybe a quick story. A lot of us know your story, but perhaps just a little bit about how you got into network marketing and what happens, like what ended up happening. I'd love to talk about momentum today. You know what that looks like and feels like, and this is a closed group, so anything flies.
Yeah. So we can talk free.
Yeah, free.
Yes, I'll share. I'll try to make a long story short, and look in our whole journey in network marketing. So I responded to an ad in a paper in '97. And it was Herbalife, work from home. I come home with a kit. Back during those days, we got kits at home. Go home. Gray is like, oh, what's that? Well, it was $300 and something charged to your credit card, but I'm gonna make this thing work. So that was my first introduction. Well, not the first, but one of the first introductions of me personally getting into this industry, 97.
Yeah, and that was before the time I believed in the industry, and it was actually before the time I knew anything about the industry.
So years, right? And so we kept getting pregnant, having babies, and after the baby number 5, which now you fast forward 10 years after that, 2007, I left corporate America. I was like, I can't do this anymore. Came home and I leveraged the direct sales network marketing industry to build a business. And I was very serious that I was not going to return back to work. It is 2024, have not returned back to work. So our first year in the industry hit 6 figures in the industry. I thought that was a norm. It is not.
The first serious year.
Yeah, the first serious year, in it. After leaving corporate America, we hit 6 figures in the industry. That's when he got Gregg's attention. He's like, okay, you're making that money. What's going on? I need to see some paperwork, some documents, some comp plan. What is this? So, and then we went on to build $1 million business in that company. We hit this highest rank in that company in 2009. And then shortly after that, that business crashed and we lost everything. And it was during that time where we just really leaned into the Lord. God, what are you saying? What do you want us to do? He said, I'm not finished with you. And then we're marketing. We tried a couple of things throughout like 11 and 12. And then in 13, we were part of a founding family that will help launch a company in the USA. That's where we made multiple millions. Like we saw like guys in commissions, $1 million a month, which was our highest month in the industry, 1 million commissions a month. And then
let me pause there real quick. Can you just what is it feel like?
I'm trying to make a long story short.
I know, but I gotta stop you there. Like this is like $1 million a month, guys. Like who here is willing to have your mind be expanded, right? So what does that feel like when you have that month? I couldn't even fathom that.
Let me. Yeah. I gotta interject here real quick, but $1 million a month, guys, is great. But here's what I really want you to imagine: paying tithes on $1 million a month. See, it takes a different mindset now, and I'm gonna tell you that because you guys, everybody up here know Lenika and I, we're believers, right? And
well, if you don't know, you know now.
yeah, because as we grew, you go from paying maybe $300-400 in tithes to paying $3,000-4,000 to paying $20,000-30,000 in tithes. It takes a different mindset and a different growth to even be able to fathom doing that, but to actually get over yourself and do that.
And give, yeah.
And we did that,
And release, that scripture in Deuteronomy where it says, do not forget the Lord your God. When he bring you into this land, don't forget him.
Yeah.
So we're always reminded of that. And so just built this very successful career. Like we've been able to do things that just are mind-blowing because of income and because of wealth. And then unfortunately last year we were terminated, right? From the company. They do in direct sales industry network marketing, just as they do in regular jobs. They trim the fat. So we were one of the highest paid in the company.
We were the quote unquote fat.
Yeah, we were the highest paid. And so they were like, we got to clip some things and we got clipped first. But it was a blessing in disguise because it was a toxic, unfortunately, environment that we although we were making the money, it didn't feel good, right? There's a scripture that talks about the blessings of the Lord make rich and add of no sorrow. So we had money, but we were sorry. Like it was a lot. We were like, I don't like it here. I hate it here. What's that? What is it? What is it? Will Smith's son, when he went to, they flew over the Karate Kid, and he was like, I hate it here. So, we would, as leaders, put it on the front and smiling, but it was innerly, it no longer aligned with who we were. So we knew we had to make a shift. And so God just did it for us right quick. Now we're praying. And now people are like, what y'all doing? Won't you come over here? We're going to give you this. And we're like, no, we just listening to God. And it was really God who led us back to this space. And I remember my spiritual mentor saying, I really don't know all of what you're doing, but if God did it before, you could do it again. And Partner Co, we found a home in Partner Co. And when we met John, Darren and John, we knew. We were like, we're home. This is it. Like I'm in John's wife bedroom with child's bedroom before we were about to get back on our flight, talking about the Lord. And I mean, I was like, okay, God, I'm in their daughter's bedroom and we're talking about Jesus. I said, we're home. So we're here.
And we're grateful that you're here.
Yeah,
My gosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, throw one in the comments if you already got a nugget already. There, go for it, Greg.
No, I was gonna say, as Lenika was even sharing the story, you guys, it's all about the journey, right? Because the journey is where you learn. And even as she was talking about when we first started in the industry, got serious, and it got my attention. We built a 6-figure, 7-figure business, and that business crashed because the foundation of it was not set correctly with the company overall. So in that period, we went down to a valley experience, right? So that was another point where we had to do a reset and restart, right? And then, we go through those through life. And this what happened to us back here last year. We had to do a reset and restart. But every time you reset and restart, you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from experience. And so you bring forward the things that you learned, developed, the knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding, and you apply it. So I always compare it to this. Back then we was driving a Yugo, but now we're driving a Cadillac, right? With Partnico, because Partnico is the vehicle, right? But it is the vehicle, and all our years have been preparation for the moment we're in right now.
And let me just say this to the people that are on here now. So for those of you who had to start over again in Partnico, you're like, oh, I do not want to do this again. And then maybe you start a job, some known it, whatever. You're like, oh gosh, I am doing this again. I need you to make a decision to really do it again. Yeah. Bring every single thing that you've learned, the wisdom, the knowledge, like go all out in it. My thing is, if you're going to do it, do it. If you're going to be about it, be about it. If you're going to sell some products, then baby, sell the darn products. If you're going to recruit some people, then you need to recruit some people. So really it's about making a decision. And we had to make a decision. We're going to do this thing, then we're going to do this thing. So I need somebody to make the decision. Now, of course, it sounds like it's a mastermind group, higher level thinkers up here. I think, right, we're in the right place. But some of you still need to take it on up a notch. Believe bigger, believe faster, do it more, right? Show up more for yourself because you got it. And if God watch you here, you can do it.
I love it because Becky just said decision come first. Yeah. And that's exactly right. Yeah. Until you decide to do it, you're just playing at it.
Put a yes in the chat if you're willing to take that coaching and say, I'm deciding right now. No, we're better. And I'm grateful for you to go before us because we know the coast is clear. So I want to ask you guys, you've experienced momentum. And with momentum, I think we all want that, right? You hear $1 million a month, which here it's definitely possible in Partner Co. That sounds nice. I want international sales teams. I want thousands of enrollments coming in. But at the same time, I think a lot of people don't understand what that actually looks like and the challenges that come with that as well too. So going through that experience a couple of times, and now we're all going to go through it one more time as well too. What would you say are some of the things that we need to be mindful of as momentum starts coming in? What do we need to prepare for?
Well, see, momentum is that thing that everybody in network marketing hear about. Everybody want it, but I'm telling you, momentum can crush businesses if you're not properly prepared for it. So even in this time right here, it's about getting properly prepared, making sure that your systems are in place, making sure your foundation is ready, making sure you got a good cadence going with your business and your team, making sure corporate can support it. That's a big one because this is what crushed the company we were with way back then. Making sure corporate can withstand the customer service, the orders, the products, being able to service the customers and all of that kind of stuff. So momentum is great, but a lot comes with it, right? And when you're in true momentum, it's almost like organic growth. And Lenika and I have been in a place where we could look in our back office and literally see the numbers changing while we're there.
Yeah,
we could log in,
screen,
refresh it, it's
changed. A couple of minutes,
refresh it again, it's changed.
Seconds. Yeah, the volume is just going.
It's just moving just like that.
Yeah,
and so true momentum, you have to be properly prepared for it because it brings a lot of weight and it can crush confidence. Where PartnerCo, I really believe PartnerCo is ready, right? But just you have to be ready because it's a lot.
I would even say there needs to be some conversations had. You know, when you're doing a business like this, a lot of times for those of us that are married, our spouse may not be doing the business. So they're not really understanding that headspace and even heart space that we're in. And we're so excited. And so we're burning the phones up and we're on Zooms and we're inundated with a lot of things that can come as a result of momentum. But there's still in the household needs to be a sense of harmony and peace. All right. We're not trying to bust up marriages to make $1,000. Okay. But there has to, so for those of you who are married, you have to figure out a way to just make sure that harmony is there while you're growing. All right. So that's one thing. Another thing is income. So when momentum happens, people see a lot of money, and money can make people lose their everlasting minds. So one of the things that even kept Greg and I just grounded in the process is we were earning money, because it's one thing to go from, you know, where you're generating $1,000, $2,000 a week in your check, and now you're seeing checks. And this isn't here in PartnerCo yet, right? But you're seeing checks, you know, $50,000 a week, you know, you're talking $200,000. Like that stuff can really do something to a person. So start preparing now, your heart, and start to take care of your finances now. You know, we were so huge with getting out of debt. Yeah. We are debt-free advocates. And even last year when we had to shift, we did not really skip a beat because of that, because we were secure. We still got taxes, right? Okay. But, you know, we were secure in that we did not spend, what is it, above, beyond? Did I say that?
Above, beyond, I mean.
Did I say that word right? I think so. But we did not spend above or beyond our means. So even that, like, how is your spending now? Because when momentum really happened and the money started to come in and the checks start to come in, and it's like, oh, we want to move, we want to get a cars, we want to do this. Like, I promise you, this stuff, it can occur. I remember in our last company, they were people pressuring me, girl, you ain't bought no Louis Vuitton bags and you ain't bought all of this. I'm like, no, because we have a vision, and that vision was to pay off of our home cash. And so it was in 15 when we paid off our first home cash debt free, because we had a vision. So the thing about it is too, before momentum hits or as it is growing, because depending upon where you are at in the organization and what your personal organization is doing, especially in your pay line, based upon who you got up in there producing, right? It looks different for everyone. But I want you to look at your finances now, look at those types of things. And when it starts to move and it happen, just make sure you stay rooted and grounded. Okay, so continue to work on yourself, because no matter what you have, you take yourself with you. Okay, continue to, so that's a bit of advice that I wanted to give about momentum, but also try to sleep when you can. Like, it's hard.
you know, but that's good though.
Turn off the phone. Sometimes you gotta take a lot of little breaks. If you don't, you can go like crazy in it, and you can get very stressed out. And I know with burnout, I experienced burnout too in it. And that I would have, like, some days, Greg had to say, we had to go out and get a new phone for me. Because I'm the recruiter, I'm the people getter, I'm the people gatherer, right? And a lot of people's coming to me. Some days I would be getting 100 phone calls a day. Like, and that's not exaggerating, you all. Like, I'm not marketing, that's not me ad-libbing. It would be so many calls. It was too much. Like, one person can't handle all that, which is, even when Greg said at the beginning, systems too are so important. And there's so much we can cover about momentum, but I think those are a few things that will help, you know, along the way as you all progress into that stage. Here at PartnerCo.
PartnerCo is going, we are going to go into momentum. That is beyond a shadow of a doubt. We are going to get there because everything is just perfectly put in place right now. Everything is lining up perfectly. So we are going to shift there, but I have to reiterate something that Lenika said is find your grounding now, right? Find your grounding, know who you are, whose you are as you're going into that, because money does bring out what is ever in this heart. Money will bring that out. And you want to show up as authentic as you're showing up right now.
That's right.
Right. Show up for your team, show up for your people, because when momentum hit, you start seeing some funny stuff with different people as money start coming, you know. So just find your ground.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I heard this 10 years ago, because I did it the wrong way and I wanted to test what money would do.
You didn't. You're good. You had to go through that.
Yeah.
You did it the right way so that you can now teach people what not to do.
Yeah, because even when we went through our valley experience, when that company completely just crashed on us, you know, we found ourselves questioning things and trying to figure things out, where we had to go back and do a restart, right? So we quickly went through the transition, went back, did a restart, and just started building things back up over again, until now we finally get into this other company where we're able to go to millions. But we had already kind of went through a cycle where we came back to a place of things that we knew how to do. It's just like everybody up here. You still have skill sets. You have skill sets. So you know how to do things, right? Because a lot of times we're getting something and we forget who we were and who we are and the skill sets and things we bring to the table. We forget about all of that. No, you have a skill set. You have a gift.
So good. Guys, put it to you in the comments if you're still with us. This will save you millions of dollars. No joke, if you get this today, because we all get into momentum together, guys. My final piece is, as your team expands, this business is beautiful and it gets messy because people are messy, right? We're all messy. We all got our stuff. And you're dealing with all different types of personalities. One thing I've realized, and I've leaned into, and I'd rather not, but I've realized you have to. I made a post the other day. I said, what's the top leadership mistakes that people make, or a tip? And Lenika, you talked about crucial conversations and upfront conversations and all that. So can you speak about conversations and dialoguing with your leaders and, you know, that type of a thing?
Well, I love this industry because of the people, but I don't like this industry because sometimes of the people. But here's the thing, because even in building this business, we run into people that say, well, I don't want to have to deal with people. I don't want to talk with people, but you don't really want to do this industry then, because that's what this industry is. It's people. It's all about people. And here's the thing, that if you can really catch what I'm getting ready to say, it can take you a long way. You are the true product. You're the true product. We're part of Partner Code. We have products, products hands down that are the best I've seen on this market.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, when you're doing relationship marketing, you're the true product.
That's right.
People are connecting with you.
That's right.
Right. So now, that being said, as you grow, having critical conversations and different things like that, that's just going to be a part of the growth. And the biggest killer of growth, and I know some people won't like this, the biggest killer is emotions. Grasp hold of your emotions, right? Because, you know, sometimes we let our emotions just go, but that can also kill your business, right? So you know that you're dealing with people. Don't take nothing personal. It's funny because I just had this conversation yesterday with someone. You never take anything personal. When you're dealing with people, it's especially if you're the person and you see a clear path and you know how I gotta go. I'm not talking about if you're the person bringing a lot of mess to the table. But if you're the person and you really are genuine in what you're doing and you see a clear path, but you're dealing with people who may not be quite there and they may be doing some things out of some kind of problem or issue that they're having, don't take it personal, because everybody, when they come to the table, they're bringing everything about them to the table. They could be a person that's suffering from something going on in their personal life. They could be dealing with something that happened 15, 20 years ago, but they're bringing all of that luggage to the table. So people see and react to the world based on what they have here, right? It's not essentially towards you, right? So don't take it personal, but just learn how to deal with it. Learn how to, and then I had this conversation yesterday, learn how to compartmentalize it, now that I see you, I kind of have a better understanding of how I need to deal with you. Not from an angry standpoint, but I understand how I need to deal with you and help coach you and teach you and manage with you, right? So it's just don't take things personal. That's my biggest thing I want to get across. Don't take it personal.
And what I would like to say is, when I did put in there conversations, because I think that is the missing link oftentimes. I mean, just anything with life, even with marriage. I bring up marriage again because we've been together for over 30 years, married for 29. And so there's been some tough spots, right? But just because there's tough spots, that don't mean we stop. You know, we press through, we persevere, we make it work, we figure out how. Let me see things from your perspective. A lot of times in this type of industry, this type of build, we're so blindsided, or we're just so, what is it, one-sided, we're just seeing things how we want to see them, right? But we all have different perspectives, right? We all lead different too. And that's another thing that sometimes can be misconstrued. So if I'm going this direction, it's not that I'm trying to offend you. This is just the way that I lead, right? And if conversations are not had, then many times misunderstandings can come about because we're just not being clear as to what we want, what we're going to do, how we're going to execute, how we're going to flow, what the message is, right? And when conversations aren't had, then we leave things up for, assumptions, okay? We had a conversation the other day where one of our leaders took one of our other leaders that's in her organization to a vending. And so it was so funny because she was like, when she came back, she said, I was just telling her she was just talking too much. Right? She was just talking too much. But you know what? Me and Greg, so she got on our call today and she said, Pam was with me, and Pam said, I talk too much. But that was a conversation that needed to be had. Now, Pam is the type that everybody loves Pam, right? Yeah. Nobody would get offended, right? Love. Such a motherly love. But sometimes those types of conversations are needed for growth too. So now the flip side of that, we can't be offended when a leader or a person that have experience, that have done more than we have done in this industry, brings something to bring something to the table or say something that is going to help us. And so we say, that's what's wrong with a lot of people in the industry. They talk too much to their prospects where they run them off, right? So as Greg was even saying, don't take things personal, but there are times when conversations need to be had. And I will even say this, the same Lenika that I am as I'm 51, right? So I'm not the same person that I was when I was holding the baby on my hip. And there was a lot of things that I wouldn't say because I didn't want to step on anybody's toes, right? But if you're bringing disruption to the organization where you're affecting the whole team, a conversation needs to be had. So also understand it's like, when is the right time to talk? If there's some cross-line recruiting, some mess going on, we need to talk about this. We might need to get on a three-way or a Zoom to bring another leader in. And that's what I meant by conversations, right? So don't take things personal, but then at the same time, we do need to talk. We need to address things as adults. We have to, it's a part, what is it, critical conversations, right?
Yeah, I went through that train. Yeah, right. But
also needed.
But one thing Lenika said, this is when that young lady listened to Pam, the Pam told her she's talking too much, and she listened to Pam. She went on in that event and made $1,000.
Right.
Come on. When she stopped all of the chatter and really kept it focused, she went and made $1,000.
In this week, so that was Saturday.
Wow, guys. So much gold, so much wisdom. I can't believe that was crammed into 30 minutes. That was literally like 5 master classes in one. Who here is excited to meet Gregg and Lenika at PXP? I hope you take some amazing photos, get to know them, follow them on their socials, and just learn. What I so honor about the both of you two is you're so open-handed with your wisdom. You're so transparent. You're so authentic with your wins, but also your losses. And you always give praise to where praise needs to go to. So Thank you so much. Any last notes for this group?
Yeah. I will say a last message because of course, obviously we just hit chair 3 and for us, it was a win for our team. We felt like our team needed it, it was a win for the company, we feel like, and then a win for the industry. But I will say this, believe when you begin to really expand yourself just to believe bigger, things will happen. That night that we hit chair, we had put on like some worship music. We were at our computers just working. And I probably would share part of this story at PXP if allowed. But my mother, I lost my mother 5 years ago. And I remember just thinking, wow, the order that would take us to chair 3, the lady name was Phyllis. That's my mother's name. So when we put that order in the system and we saw the bar cross with that person name, the same name as my mother name, I was like, oh my God. Then to top it off, chair 3 rank status showed up in our back office the same day as my mother had transitioned 5 years ago. So we could not have planned that the way that it went down, but we really just really stretched our faith to believe that this could be done. It is possible. But it was also a sign that my hand is on you. So if I sent you to this place in Partner Co, where we started with 0 pay lines, no volume, nothing given to us, we had to build every single thing, bring every leader with us, recruit the people that will then go out and get the people that will produce the volume, then my grace is sufficient and I am with you. And so I want to leave with that encouragement, because I don't know what it is that you're believing God for, hoping for, but I know that his hand is with you. If he brought you to this place, if he brought you to this land. So I want you to believe bigger, believe faster, believe more, and believe that the same God that helped Gregg and Lenika Scott get to chair 3 can do whatever it is that you just so desire in your business as well. The same God that can bless James and Becky with a beautiful miracle baby is the same God that can do whatever it is that you also need in your life.
Yeah. And the one thing I would just leave with is something that was talked about in the beginning. Make a decision.
Make a decision.
And everybody up here, just think back at a time of your life when your back was against the wall and you didn't have a choice but to make a decision to do something and make something happen. But guess what you did? You went out and made it happen. Reflect back on how you felt then. Reflect back on how you moved then, and then take those same emotions and those same movements and bring them forward to the now. Yes. Don't wait until you don't have a choice. Don't wait until your back is against the wall. Make the decision to do it and do it. Yes. Do it like you've never done it before and watch your life change.
Yeah. Thank you so much, James. Hello, Becky. We love you. I see her.
God bless you guys.
Thanks you so much, guys. Love you guys.
Thank you.
That was amazing. Thank you for being here for your time.
We'll see you at PXP and congrats on chair 3. My goodness, guys. Thank you. Wow. See you. Thank you, guys. Hey, we got to break some things down. I'm going to take this off of spotlight mode so we can share this. So there are some things in the chat. What are some nuggets? Or feel free to raise your hand. I'd love to hear some things. What's something that you got today that you're going to implement? Right. So feedback is, this is what I heard. This is what I'm going to do. Right. And there's just a 1,000 things. So I know we're still, Joanne, I see your hand. What's up, Joanne?
It's just being a good steward over what is given to you. That really hit me.
It's a big thing. Who here is ready for some big checks, but you're going to steward it well, right? So definitely get prepared now. So it's a huge thing. Good. Remind yourself, don't take it personal. Awesome. Carol.
Yeah, that's the one I was going to use, James. Don't take it personal.
Don't take it personal.
Don't take it personal.
It's a big
Never
thing.
take anything personal, to be exact.
I know. but it's so hard, isn't it? But you know, we do hard things. You know, me and Becky were the biggest thing we've realized as the team's been exploding is that we're always in crucial conversations. If you look at the day in the life of James and Becky, it's just crucial conversation. And you know what Becky said to me was this is like, if you want to get paid the big bucks, be willing to have those conversations. Like, all right, I'd rather do this rather than being at some office job trying to pay for retirement, which probably won't happen, right? So we have an amazing business here. Colleen, I see your hand.
What hit me was when they said reset and restart.
Reset.
Do you
think you're in a restart
I think
mode now?
Yeah, I think we all need to do that, like relaunch yourself. You know,
Yeah.
I feel that.
It's so good to give yourself grace. Who here feels like you're in that mode of resetting, like you're ready for another start, right? Put something in the chat if that's the case, and just let go. Like spend today as an opportunity. The Scots told you it's okay, right? Let go of any of the condemnation, guilt, shame, whatever in the past, and just be like, it's a new chapter. And we're starting from experience now. I love what that is, you know, and lean into that. The Harpers, thanks for joining us from Nigeria. What time is it there? Isn't it like almost 2 a.m.?
It's 12:37.
Oh my gosh.
Almost 1 a.m.
Wow. Yeah. Whew. What's on your
So,
heart?
yeah, the one thing that I took away was when they talked about having conversations, like the important conversations, the needed conversations. And I really took that to heart for myself because I'm the introvert, right, of our duo. And so I'm the one that typically will run away from confrontations or, you know, sometimes the serious conversations and the important conversations sometimes that need to happen. So I really, you know, I took a lot from that. And so for me, I know it's my personal goal now that I'm going to make it a part of my daily activity to reach out to key leaders in the organization and just have updates and have conversations. And, you know, if something is a concern, making sure that it's something we talk about, you know, openly and honestly, and just, you know, to squash any type of, as she mentioned, you know, assumptions, right, that can creep in before that happens.
So beautiful. So congratulations. Yeah. Amelia, did you have something on that too?
Well, not on that. I actually will talk to people. We have to hatch it out. I'm with Lenika when it comes to that. I'm like, hey, let's talk about it. But I guess for me, I'm on the other extreme. You know, just being emotionally intelligent. I really took that away as well, because as leaders, you know, when you know, in momentum is a great thing, but momentum can also be quite challenging because now you have a flurry of humans all coming in all at once, all the different personalities and different backgrounds coming from different thought processes. So it's so important not to feed off of whatever energies they're bringing and to always stay the leader and manage the emotions and be the bigger person and the leader in the group. And what I have found, you know, it's almost like Lenika and Greg were talking about, you know, you take a break, you know, listen to them, let them express themselves, but you want to help guide people in the right direction. And James, and Becky, you're all amazing. I always say I want to be Zen like the Zens, you know, take it and just digest it and then put out the right flow of energy. So pretty great.
Super powerful. We have time for maybe one or two more. Anything else on your hearts or minds? And I see everything in the chat. So good. Lindsay looks like she's processing, but something's Marnie first, and then we'll go Lindsay. Marnie.
Hey guys. I just loved when they talked about knowing who you are and whose you are and being rooted and grounded. Just having all that in place before the momentum. I mean, I'm brand new here.
Welcome.
But
newest vice president.
What? Oh, director, I think.
Our director. You're going to be there like overnight. So that's a prophetic thing right there.
Okay, I received that. But yeah, like just the momentum that I've already had here, I've never had it in other places like this. But I was really thanking God the other day, like, I want my foundation to be able to sustain it. So, it's nice for it to be faster, but I need to make sure I'm in the right place that I can handle what's coming. So that just really spoke to me. I want to just have the roots really deep to handle the, and yeah.
So good. Thanks for the share. Lindsay.
Hi, guys. Yes, you saw me processing, huh? Could you see the wheels turning?
Yeah.
I've got a whole thing of notes. I'm like, yes. So I think the whole call could be summed up by one thing that Gregg said. And he said, you are the true product. That right there, that sentence is the entire call. It comes back to, yes, the products that we talked about. It comes back to our corporate team. It comes back to the compensation plan. It comes back to momentum. It comes back to taking care of our household, making sure that there's peace and harmony. It comes back to no matter what you have, you take yourself with you everywhere you go. It comes back to money will bring out who you are. It comes back to the biggest killer in network marketing is emotions. Every single thing he said is summed up in the sentence of you are the true product. I was totally blown away by that statement. And so every Monday morning, I go deep into personal development. That's something Cindy and I do on Monday mornings to set ourselves up for the week. And this morning I was listening to something and it talked about being a product of the product. So that comes back. There's so many things that come from that statement, being a product of the product. It's the whole package. It's the whole thing. And we're all working on that every single day to truly be us. We are the product. And I, like, when he said that, I was like, everything lined up with what I had, been listening to today. And I think it's so important that as we're growing and going into momentum, because we are on our way into that big time, that we continue to work on being a product of the Partner Co. entire product. Everything that we are, everything that we stand for, and everything that we put out there. So that's what I was processing, James.
You process very quickly. You are the product. Thank you for sharing that. And everybody in your groups and everything, we want to hear from you guys. Let us know whatever else is on your mind. Share with your teammates, share with us, whoever, because it helps you. Processing is important, right? That was a beautiful example of feedback, by the way. So I guess we'll leave it at this. This is just week 2 of this guest series. How amazing. We had Dr. Crystal last week. We have Gregg and Lenika this week. And there's so much more in the future as well, too. So just stay tuned for everything. But every week, make it a goal to carry what you learned and into the next week. So 2 things that I would say for today. Number 1, who here is truly committed as a personal leader to take in what we just heard and put up your standards of leadership to the next level, right? You can honestly say that, I'm going to aim to live unoffendable. Ask my wife, it's hard because, sometimes people just say, they talk to you with that tone and it's like, oh, there's no accord, it's like, ah. But it's okay. And now what I'm doing is when I'm triggered, I'm like, I lean into, I'm like, there's something here that I need to work on, So living unoffendably. Number 2 is giving other people grace as well when we talk with them. Just realizing, I love what Gregg said. He said, people got stuff. I had a leader conversation the other day. I was short with this person. And afterwards, I'm like, oh, man, I'm so sorry. I was just short with you. And this person was like, I could tell there was something on your mind, So we've all got life. We all got stuff going on. Number 3, though, also be willing to have the crucial conversation. Sometimes you wish it's your upline, it's your coach, it's someone else. They should do this, they should do that. But you know what? If not, then we be the leader and be that change that you want to see in the world, right? So be willing to have those crucial conversations, as awkward as they are, And what you're going to find is it's actually not as difficult as what you think. It's just, all right, we just got to talk about things. And then the last thing would be the next week, this mastermind. I mean, straight up, this is, I don't know how you put a value on this. This is life stuff right here. Who here can think of a couple teammates you would love to have in a group like this, in a conversation like this, right? Like, seriously. What I've realized, especially in this business, is as we're working on ourselves to become the leaders that we're designed to be, the better way to lead your group is just lead them to the sources as well too. So bring them on board, help them get into the mastermind, help them with those next steps, and then kind of just plug them in and just watch the amazing things happen. You don't have to be the bad guy, so to speak. Just let other people say the thing. You know? So much easier that way. But guys, such an honor. Congratulations on being here. Let us know if there's anything else that you need from us as well too. And this mastermind is just going to continue to get better and better and better. Last week for Manager Plus, last week to be able to get recognized on stage, last week for a lot of things. Let's crush it. Let's continue to serve. Super proud of you guys. On that, feel free to mute yourself. Have a great one.